Hello and welcome to Fantasy Premier League Animate. I'm your manager Oded and welcome to the only channel where Premier League players come alive and try to convince me why they should be on my team. So in this double game week 26 I decided to use the free hit chip. Many ask me why waste the chip now and not in game week 29. I didn't see the logic to play this important chip for only 4 games in one game week instead of 14 games in double game week and have more players to pick from. So I will show you in a minute which players I pick and if I did the right choice with this chip. Also we'll look ahead to game week 27, players that might be a good time to transfer in, who is the captain and my final squad. So with that and with the 5-3-1 formation that I choose to play with, I gained 102 points. Nice, but I expected a lot more. Was going for at least 120 points. Still got the green arrow, but I could have been in a much nicer place than the 150,000 rank. So this was my team for double game with 26. I took a chance and placed 5 defenders on board who had a good fixture on paper and could have given me 12 points each for clean sheets. And it was a small heart attack every time one of those players played, just wishing for 19 minutes that will not conceive. Lots of people also surprised that I didn't place any of Manchester City players at all. I took a big gamble on that, knowing that I can get burned by this move the way Manchester City play, but as I suspect, Manchester City rotate heavily in this double game week, placing only 4 players who play both of those games. Most of the key players play one time and didn't contribute much. They conceded 2 goals in 2 games, so I got it right to decide to place other defenders from other teams instead. I didn't know which player will start twice and I didn't want to take the risk with the defenders and mostly with the midfielders. So let's take a quick review of what my players did this double game week. Aston Villa were able to keep a clean sheet against an attacking team like Leeds, but conceded 1 goal against Sheffield United. World upside down with those games. I still can't figure out how they didn't score against 10 Sheffield United men in the second half. The absence of Grealish do affect them in both sides of the pitch. At least both Martinez and Konsa got some bonus points in the first game. Martinez also gained 1 point for 3 saves. Maybe the biggest mistake this game week is listening to other people who recommend this player for this double game week. Maybe he's a good player, but nothing of that was shown in the 2 games he played. Conceded goal in both of the games and a yellow card as well. Should have gone with my guts and placed a Spurs defender. Another disappointed, more in the offense, and is Manchester United with 2-0 draw. Against Chelsea it was understandable, against Palace not so much. Manchester United was boring at most part of the game, but I'm happy for the 12 points Shaw gave me on defense. I really thought Rashford will give me more. I thought he will step out now that Bruno seems out of shape, but still he got 6 points for clean sheet and nothing more. With Everton those 2 were the obvious choice, and one of them also delivered. Luka Dean kept his clean sheet in both of those games, didn't get any returns but collect 2 bonus points. With Calvert-Lewin I did have a feeling, easy to say after, that he won't deliver, but I was too chicken to select Richarlison even if I did recommend him in my players to pick video for this double game week. I don't think he even had 1 shot on target in both of those games. And I really thought Liverpool would start their comeback this game week, destroy Sheffield United and then show Chelsea that they don't have such a good defense. But dreams are dreams. Alexander-Arnold did keep a clean sheet against Sheffield United and gained 3 bonus points, but Liverpool lost another at home to Chelsea in another 1-0 loss. Salah seems better in those 2 games, but again he is in terrible form and nothing goes right for him for Liverpool. The only regret of course that I captained him and not Son, who was always my favorite and had an easier game. I believe in Momo and I got burned. And if we were talking about Spurs players, Son was my player on fire with 2 great assists in the first game and 2 bonus points and nearly another one against tough Fulham that was turned to an own goal unfortunately. He looking better like the rest of Spurs team even though they did struggle in the second half against Fulham. Keane did score once but wasted a lot of opportunities in the second game, could even got a hat-trick. Let's hope the momentum will keep going next week against Crystal Palace. So this is my original team before that free hit chip. I got some real problems with this squad heading to game week 27. What to do with Barnes and West Ham against Leeds, who I got defenders and attackers from both sides. So I think I'll go for 2 transfers. The first one is Fernandes, who cost a lot and produced little this past few games. Manchester United also have a really hard fixture up ahead, and maybe it's time to say goodbye to him and get someone with an easier fixtures and that costs much less. The other one for -4 is Dunk from Brighton. Even though they play game week 29, they will face Leicester next, so better to bring another defender with better matches and that play in game week 29 as well. So Son will come in. I trust he's back to his old form to the end of the campaign and have nice fixture up ahead with Palace next and then tough game against Arsenal. This is my favorite player, so he should get his spot once again in my team. And I probably bring Costa as well from Aston Villa, who will face Wolves and then Newcastle. So I think he can be a good gamble and a cheap too, save me some money for future transfers. And all I have to do now is select the captain. For the captain shield this week I thought about 3 that can bring in the big points. And they're quite obvious, if I don't take a risk and play it safe. On the other hand, I don't know how much is safe these days with those 3. Starting with Son, with the comparison of the 3 key players like Keane, Bale and Son, Spurs look a little better. Son gets even more open spaces cause the opponent defense need to keep an eye on 3 major threats instead of 2, like most of the season. You can put Lucas Moura in the 4th one. Spurs got Palace at home, team that defensively did very well in the double game week with 2 clean sheets, but Spurs look like they're back on track, back in form. With that said, Son do get a lot of spaces but get the ball less and less, so it can be a problem. And the worst problem is that he scored only 2 goals in the last 10 league games. Maybe this week. Salah is here cause you can't just ignore him if he's on your team. Liverpool will face Fulham at home, team in a good form right now, but shouldn't be a problem if Liverpool will finally get in the rhythm. Is this the last chance of Salah before everyone give up on him? Liverpool have a really good fixture up ahead, and if they can start building their confidence, they can reach to their goal this season, 4th place. Gundogan is the risk, like any Manchester City player when double game week is inside. Last double game week he played the first game and came up as a sub for about 10 minutes in the second, and we didn't see much of him. I'm sure he'll play against Manchester United, but I'm not sure about the other game. With so many good players Manchester City have with great form, maybe he will be rested again 5 days before their game in the Champions League. He is still the best attacking player this season for Manchester City, but lost his rhythm once De Bruyne started playing again, so it might be a risk for 2 reasons, rotation and the lack of domination like before. So I think I might go with Salah this time, give him one last chance to wow me. Maybe in the last minute I will change it for a Manchester City defender. So this is my final team for now for game week 27. Don't know which Manchester City player will play twice, if all, but I hope the defender get the same point as last game week. Pope I will hope makes some save against improving Arsenal, better than the goalkeeper of Leeds against West Ham. I choose to play Dallas even though I got Antonio, so I hope he get more returns from him than clean sheet. 2 players from Aston Villa should bring some points as well, and the rest of them, well, I hope for the best. So I hope you enjoyed this video, it made you smile. Much more to come in the future, so if you want to keep up, please hit the subscribe button and press like. And I will sure love to hear what you think I should animate next to get funnier videos and what should be improved in my videos as well. Do well and good luck to everyone.